So now, for our third match of our Clash Pack challenge, we are doing the combined Clash Pack, so the same deck I played in the last videos. You have all those cards to start with, and then you have $10 by MTG Goldfish prices that you can add into your deck and customize it however you want. So this is kind of to show off how, by adding just a little bit of extra money, the different things that you can do if you buy into this Clash Pack. So, and of course, for the sixth game in a row, I won the die roll. So I will play first. Oh, you can't beat this hand, Richard. Scoop him up now.
Oh boy.
So as you will see, my deck looks nothing like the Clash Pack. I was pretty liberal with my changes. Oh, the Valving Wild.
Is turn one pass gonna be enough?
Seems unlikely. So we got Soldier of the Pantheon into Anafenza. Start the beats.
You get a bolster every time creature. Wait, creature you control? Whenever another under your control. Okay, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
you probably get like triple one drop.
Almost. Hey, are you on White Weenie too, Richard?
What should I do here? I think we gotta get this guy out.
Oh, first strike.
This is our hope.
That is some defense. So we are going to play, I guess a Dragon Hunter. So we get a counter on, so tied for the least toughness. Okay, we'll put it on the Soldier. And we'll follow that up with a Cavalry Pegasus, our secret tech.
Okay, Anafenza is not a human.
And I don't think we can attack, because we're just going to lose something for no reason. Oh, the tap land.
It actually matters a lot. It was untapped. We have many things we'd like to be doing.
Ooh, Anafenza mirror.
We got a White Weenie mirror here, but you're ahead of the game here. I'm just gonna die in like a single attack.
Maybe two.
You got this guy too? This is bad.
So do we want the most damage possible now, or do we want a big first striker? Yeah, I guess we'll just go with our Pegasus. Followed up by a 1-drop. Now I guess we can put a counter on him.
We have all the same cards in play, but you have 4 more than me.
Well, you have 4 more in hand, so it's fair, right? Okay, I can't attack with Anafenza, right? No, Spirit Soldier. I guess we'll have to settle for 8 damage.
Can't block anything. So Anafenza.
Well, if you're gonna pull off the unlimited life, infinite life combo, this would be the turn, I think.
Okay. Gonna have to do this. Oh my gosh, you can gain a life.
Oh, the fringe benefits of Soldier of the Pantheon. Does that save you though? Because all my humans get flying.
So I'm gonna take 3,
3,
5,
6, 9.
10. No, I think I'm dead, right?
3.
We'll see how it plays out.
I think we have just enough. I think we might have 13. Assuming I don't do something silly like block. Yep. So we'll just swing in here. I think this should be enough, unless my counting skills are off.
So everything flies. No blocks.
Calvary Pegasus. Quite the card.
Needed more blossoming sands. All
Oh.
right, that was a lot of one drops. I don't think I can beat your deck. I think your deck is far too fast. What can we do here?
I, I don't think we're gonna change anything. My sideboard plan was actually, I wasn't sure what I'd run into, so I had a kind of go big sideboard plan with a couple of planes and some 4 and 5 drops. But I think we want to stay as aggressive as possible in this matchup. Since playing a whole bunch of 2-power 1 drops is a good way to punish Blossoming Sands and the like.
What do I want?
Pyroclasm would be good.
Unfortunately, he's not in this deck. Alright. Let's see. Did I play first? No, you played first.
Yes, I always play first. I'm whitelisted. You should know that by now. Worth always lets me play first. Ooh, Well, we don't have as many 1-drops as I'd like, but we'll deal with it.
Alright, here we go. Play a tap land. Come on.
We have all planes. I still don't know if I care about trading with that if you attack. Is it worth it?
Whatever. I offer it.
Yeah, I think we got to be the aggressor.
Whoa. I don't know about that.
Oh, Lightwalker. What do we do here? What do we do? Well, this is probably not the... So I declined to trade with the High Arc, but offered the trade with the Light Walker. That doesn't seem logical. So now I guess we just play this Lieutenant. At least it shuts down the High Arc for strike. Oh man. Falconer. Wasn't counting on that.
Really need to draw land.
Now I wish I'd made the trade if I knew you were stuck on land. Well, I guess we just keep playing 2 power guys. We do have our trump card though, if we draw some more lands. Pretty sure if we play this guy, we just win. That card might even be able to see plane constructed, actually.
You don't have any flyers, right? No, okay.
No flyers. I will say, if you manage to turn on the High Arc, it's not bad. Vigilance plus adding mana is pretty sweet. Oh, man. Guy's huge. Oh, alright, so now our options are... I want to play this guy, but I think it's better to... I think we have to deal with this Avatar of the Resolute. So let's Valorous Stance that.
Uh-oh. There goes our blocker.
Let's just get in and get our Lieutenant Renown. And I think we'll just pass here. Probably better to save our other cards for next turn or the future. So Richard has a lot of flyers, but we're ahead in the race. And Seeker does gain lifelink, so that's not bad.
Play all the dummies.
It's working. Now they all have first strike.
But you have so many tricks.
How do we do this?
Oh boy. What is this?
Well, we can't attack, but next turn we can potentially tap down 2 creatures with our Kythion's Irregulars. That card's actually pretty sweet. I think that could see playing constructed, Richard. Like in
Kythion's Irregulars?
like mono white devotion or something. If you can generate a lot of
Possibly.
mana, it's pretty sweet.
It has to be a devotion deck. Otherwise, I don't think it's good in like a fair deck. But if you can generate like 10 mana and just tap down the board.
Yeah, it seems like it could win the game that way, like be an overrun almost or something. Not that anyone's playing mono white devotion at the moment.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can deal me 10 damage if you have a combat trick.
Well, I can only tap. I need to pay 2 to tap, so I can only tap 2 creatures. Unless I draw Nykthos.
How many guys I want to attack with. I need to get a clock on you here. So 5, 8. Okay.
This is looking like a close game, which is a little scary because you've been pretty stuck on mana, and I've had a decent draw. And kind of looks like you're just overpowering me. That vigilance on that Honored Hierarch causing me trouble.
The problem is I need him for mana.
Oh, Avatar of the Resolute's huge. So how much damage can Richard hit us for? 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 for sure? Well, I think we need to... I think we gotta pacify this Avatar.
Yeah.
And... Do we play a creature or... I think we just... Do we even need to tap anything? Because that's going to give everyone +1/+1. Yeah, I think we can just attack. Let's just attack, see what happens. Being able to use the tap ability defensively actually might be what we need to do. So we're going to lose a Dragon Hunter. The Servant will... I guess to put a counter on something. Nice. Oh... 3/3 Honored Hierarch. Yeah. So I don't think we're in danger of dying next turn. Well, unless you have like a naturalize effect, then maybe. But
I think I'm dead. Is there any way I can live this? You can just tap 2 guys. Hit me for 6. Even through... So if I have 2 blockers... I need 3 blockers to live. Assuming you have no tricks.
or even 4 maybe if I can tap 2 of them.
There's no way to get 2 blockers. I think I'm just dead. I can't kill you either. I needed the Avatar not to get pacified.
Yeah, that was that was one of the additions for this deck. 4 pacifisms.
Just play the Doodles.
So I think we can
I'm holding a Jamocha. I need a Jamocha.
Well, we can tap a creature this way too, actually. So that works. One of our secret sideboard.
Cracks of the Pyromancer. And it triggers prowess.
Does it all. So that'll tap something. We can tap down this Falconer, swing with the team, and I think that should do it. We could have done the same thing with the irregulars, but wait. Am I misunderstanding? Oh, okay. The picture that pops up is Seeker of the Way. For some reason, I was expecting a picture of the enchantment. So we get to tap down the Honored Hierarch, get a bunch of pumps, and I think that should do it.
That should do it. Couldn't get there. I felt like my draws were as good as they could be, except for being mana screwed. But I had like plentiful 1 and 2 drops to kind of try to fend you off.
Yeah, I think this is just a really poor matchup for you, honestly. Like, I don't think you could have necessarily predicted I was gonna build my white weenie. And I had no idea what you were going to build, but I think your deck is just a turn or two too slow, where it's going to be really hard with the tap lands and just how the decks match up. It's going to be really hard for you to win that matchup.
It was a Hardened Scales deck, so adding to the theme of +1/+1 counters and Outlast and Bolster, Hardened Scales, each time you put a +1/+1 counter on something, you get an additional one. It's a 1 green enchantment. So the idea is just to throw that down, and then play a bunch of dudes with +1/+1 counters. And like you saw during the match, there are creatures that give abilities to creatures with +1/+1. So I could give them flying, first strike, and basically kind of have a sliver army of +1/+1 powered creatures. But Seth's deck was too fast, and we never got it online, and we kind of just played a bad version of White Weenie compared to his, because his deck did the same job, but much faster. So we couldn't stabilize and get our combo online.
I'm really interested. I think it's cool that you went that direction, because there was a deck that Scott talked about a little bit from the Pro Tour that was built around Hardened Scales and has some of the same cards, like the Falconer that gives everyone flying, the 1-drop Servant of the Scale. So I think it's cool that you went that direction, and I bet with a little bit more upgrades, you could probably build the same deck that was at the Pro Tour.
Yeah, the deck at the Pro Tour is pretty similar. The main difference is it has Hangerback Walker, like kind of the granddaddy of +1/+1 counter creatures. That card is just really expensive right now, so it doesn't make the cut. But it plays some of the same limited all-stars like Absent Falconer, Servant of the Scale, the one to cast creature that gets a +1/+1 counter. So it shares a lot of the same cards, and I use that deck as a model to build my deck, just using our budget constraints.
So for my deck, I thought about going Abzan and saw the most powerful cards in our card pool. If you look at it like a really big seal pool, are things like Dramoka and Siege Rhino, and these powerful, dirtily 4 or 5 mana cards, Citadel Siege. So that's where I started off building this deck, and I was just unhappy with how many of my lands were coming into play tapped, and how predictable it seemed just to build like a good stuff Siege Rhino deck. So I realized that there's also a lot of cheap white creatures in our starting pool. There's a Dragon Hunter, there is a Anafenza, Seeker of the Way, a couple pacifisms. So I thought maybe we can build a white weenie deck, and I'd been thinking about how many Savannah Lions, 2-powered 1-drops there are in white. So we have all the Savannah Lions minus the new Gideon, which was obviously too expensive. So we have 4, 8, 12, 13 1-drops, including our single loyal Pegasus that never showed up in the matches. And then we have a bunch of 2-drops, including Cavalry Pegasus, which basically gives our entire team flying and is just super good if it doesn't get killed immediately. And then a couple more Kythion's Irregulars, which we saw in that last game, to kind of finish off the match, tap something down. And then on top of that, added 2 Halls of Triumph and 2 Spear of Helioid, which are basically just Crusade effects and make all of our 2/1s into 3/2s and help them get through. So I was pretty happy with this deck. I don't know, I thought there might be a real white weenie deck in Standard, but then like Craig Wesco and people you think of as white weenie players didn't even try it at the Pro Tour. So now I'm a little bit unsure if there really is. But I was pretty happy with how this turned out given our budget constraints.
Yeah, it seems like a super powerful deck that you can actually take on some tier one decks and beat them handily, for only $10 of upgrades. Like it's a pretty competitive deck, and it's built to punish kind of all these slow tap lands, which a lot of people are playing, even non-budget players. Like you see a lot of temples and the life gain lands in playing standard right now. So if anyone stumbles for a second, like I did, if you're stuck on two lands, you're going to be dead before you draw your next land. So I think it's really punishing in that regards.
Yeah, I think that's true, and I definitely think, I mean, you could upgrade it a little more. Obelisk of Erd would be nice, or the new Gideon, but I think you could definitely take it to F&M or play it on Magic Online with just the $10 in upgrades and have some reasonable amount of success on a really cheap budget.
And you didn't even use your expensive cards in Collected Company Windswept Heath. So you can actually just sell those cards and further upgrade your deck since you didn't even use them in your deck.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this Clash Pack. Like, for one thing, there's so much financial value. I think last time I checked, all the cards you get add up to $50 or $55 for your $30 investment. So you're getting more than your money's worth. You're getting Collected Company and Windswept Heath, which if you don't have them and you want to play Modern or even Standard, they're just great cards to add to your collection. And if you don't care about those, you get 115 other cards, or 100 with the sideboards 145 other cards, and you can sell the 3 or 4 expensive cards and have all your money back to use to upgrade your Clash Pack decks. And I did all this with $10. You would have another $20 or $30 if you sold the Windswept Heath and the Siege Rhino and the Collected Company, that you could make a really good and spicy mono white deck, or go the direction Richard did and build a really cool Hardened Scales deck that can actually take down some matches.
So I take it you would recommend the Magic Origins Clash Pack?
I can't not recommend this one. I mean, I'm very value focused coming from the finance side of things. So you really just can't lose because there's so much value packed into this Clash Pack. But after playing it and doing these matches and doing the upgrades, it's pretty fun too. And it has a lot of cards that synergize well. You can go a lot of different directions as far as upgrading and building. So I think all around, you really can't lose buying the Origins Clash Pack.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Value-wise, it's a slam dunk. You could actually just buy the Clash Pack, turn around and sell the cards and, at least make your money back. And in addition, you get to keep, a couple hundred extra, commons and uncommons to play with. In terms of playability and how fun it is, I thought the decks were pretty good. They felt pretty balanced. One didn't feel overpowered. They're playing kind of the cool colors in standard right now, the Abzan colors where a lot of the powerful cards are centered around. So you get three different colors to play with. You get two different decks. You combine them into a third deck, and then you can do what Seth and I did, which was spend a little more and just make new decks. So you saw us play through 5 different decks based on just one Clash Pack in this video. So I thought it was pretty fun, and even playing it against the previous Dragons Drakir event deck, I felt it had game. I felt it was pretty balanced. I felt the power level was on par, even though one was designed for tournament play and one was designed as a dual deck. So I felt overall it's pretty fun, and you saw Seth smashing me with 10 power creatures. You can get a 12/12 renown Colossus, so you get to do some cool stuff as well in addition to winning. So I think overall it's a slam dunk buy. If you're looking for, something to play with your friends, or if you're looking to get into standard or start your collection, I think the Clash Pack is a good place to start.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention the fact it doesn't show up in the videos because we're on Magic Online, but you get some sweet new art even on some of the inexpensive cards, the Seeker of the Way, the Valorous Stance, Sandsteep Citadel. So you get some sweet looking promo foil cards that come along with it. So it's definitely a great way either to start your collection or to expand on it. Even if you already have a collection, you can never have too many fetch lands or collected companies. So I would definitely recommend buying it, just like Richard said.
Yeah, I've even heard people recommend buying 4 of them. So you get 4 Jamoka's Command, 4 Collected Companies, 4 Siege Rhinos, 4 Windswept Heaths, and that would get you on your way to a pretty competitive Abzan deck as well if you wanted to go that route. That's how much value is packed in this Clash Pack.
Yeah, I think and I didn't even think of it that way, but with the Windswept Heath, Collected Company, Valorous Stance, and some of the other cards, you're pretty close, the Avatar of the Resolute, to building like a green-white Collected Company deck, similar to what Brian Kibler played at the Pro Tour, like some sort of deck like that that could be very competitive, because most of the other cards are relatively inexpensive rares that you could add in for another 20 or 30 bucks. So definitely there's a ton of ways you can go, but I can't recommend this one enough. Like some of them are on the borderline because they're fun, but the value's not there. This one you have fun and the value, so you just can't go wrong.